probando suerte. Aquí está su servidor pescando conmigo en mis aventuras, Martín Guerrero. Saludos especiales para ti, mi brother. Gracias por toda su ayuda. Siguen todavía entrando a mi canal, recomendado por usted. Muchas gracias, muchas bendiciones. Les mando un abrazo muy fuerte y una extensión de manos especial para ustedes. Y saludos a todos los de Tijuana. Son muchos que tengo ya ahorita, pero saludos a todos y saludos a Tijuana, señores. Ahí estamos activados y gracias, mil gracias otra vez. Estamos usando las capturas que vamos a tener en este viaje que vamos a hacer.
The hook is in the bait, let him go, hold the line. The longer that bait's in your hand, the less scales he's going to have when you let him go. And then a nice soft cast. If he's not swimming in the first 15 seconds, go get a new one. Like I said, don't waste your time with a bait that's not going to get bit. If he does swim, a minute and a half, 2 minutes at the very most. It seems like belly hook or shoulder hook is the way to go this year. All sardines. All sardines, yeah. Yep. And then with our sinker rig, a couple things with that. One, we want to make sure with our sinker rig, we always want to nose hook. Always nose hook it with the sinker rig. We always want to make sure that both of the eyes of the sinker are attached to our main line with a rubber band. If you're not sure how to do that, grab one of the boys, they'll show you how to do it. What that does is it kind of streamlines things and it eliminates the helicopter effect. Not only does it fish better, but it also gets in less tangles. And then the sinker rig is kind of one of those things you get out of it when you put into it. If you just set it down there a couple hundred feet and wait for one to swim by, it might happen, it might not. But if you work it, you will get more bites. The way I like to see a fish is the first 100 feet, let it go. Once you're down to about 100 feet, let it out slow. Once it seems like you're out in left field, put it in gear, wind it up slow. And a lot of our bites on that sinker rig do come on the wind. So like I said, if you're going to fish the sinker rig, fish the sinker rig.
What pound fish? 50, 60 you said?
Yeah, I would say 50 or 60. Yeah, and then a one out hook.
Okay.
One out circle hook.
Yeah.
Just, you know, if you get a bite on the sink, you want that circle hook. And then that auxiliary pole, that cold sniper, mega bait, whatever, that one's pretty straightforward. Let it sink, reel it up fast. Pretty easy on that one. Are you guys all familiar with drift style fish? You know how that works? Wind in your face, you're in the right place. So I'll go through it real quick. So basically, when I stop on a school tomorrow, I'll pull the engines out of gear and I'll shut them down. It's important to remember the boat is still moving. Even though the main engines are shut down, the boat is still moving. What moves the boat at that point, instead of the main engines, is the wind. What it does is it blows the boat on the broadside, one direction or the other. So when I say wind at your face, what that means is as you're standing at the rail fishing, the wind's in my face, blowing the boat this way, the boat and your bait are separated, right? The wind's at your back, there's nothing in your sack, right? You cast out, wind's at my back, the boat's blowing this way, and you end up underneath the boat, either hooking a 65-footer or somebody on the other side. I'll do my best to let you guys know which side to fish on. I'll either say right hand side or starboard side, or left hand side or port side. Sometimes I get excited and forget. When that happens, go where everyone else is at. If you find yourself over here all by yourself, you might be in the wrong spot.
But you said at the beginning, fish all the way around the boat.
No, spread out. No, we want to be on the windy side, but so if we're fishing on this side, from here to here. And then lastly, it's important to remember this boat, like most boats in our fleet, it does drift stern first. So you hear myself and the guys throughout the day saying, guys, slide right, slide left, take a couple steps towards the bow, things of that nature. One, I don't want you guys to think that we're barking at you, but being that we have the bird's eye view from the bait tank at the upper deck, we can kind of see the whole big picture. So if you hear us saying slide right or slide left, just take a couple steps. What happens is guys get balled up in the upwind corner typically. Those guys can't filter up the side until the guys right about here lead the pack, creating room behind them. So like I said, it might not be you we're worried about, but we could be counting on you to, like I said, lead the pack, creating room for the guys behind you to eliminate the 405 effect. Tangles are going to happen. It's just a part of it. You know, in the off season, myself and the crew, we like to go trout fishing. Seems like we go 2 or 3 times every off season. We tangle each other, and I would like to think that we're somewhat proficient with fishing pools. Number one, take a deep breath. about you guys, but I know I make better decisions when I've got a lung full of air and I'm not taking the side of the boat. I'm pissed off. And then two, the biggest thing, communicate. Communication goes a long way. As simple as it sounds, a little bit of communication will do way more than you guys could ever imagine. Especially, like I said, being that I have the bird's eye view, I watch it every day. You know, for example, if I'm a shorter guy trying to get over the top of a taller guy, hey, I'm coming over the top. What's the taller guy gonna do? He's gonna make it a little bit easier for you, right? Or, hey, I'm coming down. Oh, okay, or come on down. You know, whatever it is. Because some of us are more novice than others. Some of us have bad knees. Some of us have bad eyes. Whatever is going on, like I said, a little bit of communication is gonna make an exponent amount of improvement towards the tangle stuff. So like I said, work together and communicate, especially in the fish line, and especially in the dark. Last thing I got for you guys is I want everyone to go to bed 100% rigged up tonight before you go to sleep. We're going to be looking in about 2 hours. We're going to start a little bit above where the guys were today and then look our way down. It seemed like everything everyone was seeing today was like 150 pounds and up. And there were some fish caught, but it was one of those things where a couple of guys caught these and most of the guys caught nothing. So if we can find a school of 40 pounders, that's what I would like. Obviously, you know, if we have to duke it out with the big ones, we will. But we're going to see what else is available. So we're going to work our way into the zone. Obviously, we got our radios all tuned up, so if the guys that are spending the night there start seeing real good sign, we'll kick it in the ass and get down there. But like I said, I want everyone to go to bed 100% rigged up tonight before you go to sleep. That way we're ready to capitalize on any opportunity at any point. There's a lot that goes into what we do between the weather and the fish, bait, water, current. Really the only thing that we have control over is our gear. So it's important that our gear is as good as it can possibly be. And with that being said, it's really unfortunate to lose fish to something that could have been prevented. Like maybe a knot that could have been tied a little bit better, or a drag that might be set a little bit too tight. That kind of stuff can be prevented. So take advantage of the crew. I mean, don't take advantage of the crew, but take advantage of the crew. They're back there right now. They're all pretty personable. They know what they're talking about. If nothing else, at least have them check your drag. At least have them check your drag. And then same thing goes for tomorrow. You know, small minute tweaks in your gear do make a difference between getting a bite and not getting a bite. If you're fishing a 300 gram jig and it seems like the 200 gram jigs are working better, you might have a tough time. Or if you're fly lining with a 1/0 hook and the guys fly lining with the number 2 hook are getting bit, you're gonna have a tough time. You know, if you put those 2 hooks next to each other, there's not that much difference, but when you're out there fishing, it's a giant difference. So if you feel like you're not fishing as well as you could be, please pull one of us aside, let us help you, and let us get you back in the game before you're downstairs in the bunk room, shotgunning beers, writing me a shitty yelp. Let us help you, because we're here for you. We want everyone to have a good time. We want everyone to catch fish. And if you feel like you're struggling, please ask for help. Have I been talking long enough? Any questions? Anything you guys got for me? Yes, sir.
Just real quick, so number 4 is probably the best fly line setup, look-wise. Number 2.
Yeah, so if you're fishing a circle hook, the number 4 Mutus is the ones I like. If you're fishing a J hook, like the number 2 Mustads. Yeah, for like the 25, 30 pounds. If we're seeing those bigger ones, if we're fishing with heavier, then we'll maybe one size up. But for now, yeah, those should be good. Cool. Alrighty, guys. So once again, my name's Andrew. We've got Sandro, Nick, Luke, Brandon, and Cobra. If you guys need anything at all, please ask. We're here for you. And welcome aboard and good luck. Thanks, guys. This is Sandro. In the galley, we've got Nick. And then on deck, we've got Brandon, Luke, and Cobra. Brandon is the taller white guy. Luke has dark hair, and Cobra weighs like 135 pounds. So if it gets too windy, we'll have to time down. Our safety equipment, we've got adult and child life jackets located underneath the bench there and there. Main report throw rig is up at the bow. Life raft up at the bow. Life rafts are on the upper deck, and then the emergency escape hatch for the bunker is forward into the bunker. If for whatever reason we need to use that, emergency lighting will come on automatically. It'll illuminate the hallways. It'll also illuminate a ladder. That hatch is directly above the ladder, which is straight up and out. Pretty straightforward. While traveling, we'll have at least 2 guys up at any point. Like I said, either myself or Sandra will be at the wheel, and then bare minimum we'll have 1 guy up keeping an eye on the business down here. If you guys hear or smell anything that seems to be out of place, please bring it to our attention. If you can't find the crew member on night watch, they do have a list of chores between checking the engine room and bringing the captain coffee and cleaning the heads, whatever. But like I said, if you need something that's an emergency, you don't see anyone, right here. And I can guarantee somebody will be up there to come down and check out whatever you got going on. You can also just wave hi to the camera. We're always on. Just like Uncle Sam.
This is Captain.
Lastly, while traveling, the bow light's going to be off, so it's going to be dark up there. If you need to go outside in the middle of the night while there's a amount of people awake, please do so on the back deck. Stay underneath the lights. What that does is it gives the crew a better opportunity to keep an eye on everyone, keep everyone safe. In the event that something were to happen, there's a better chance of getting noticed underneath the lights. And then we are zero tolerance also, which means no illegal drugs, firearms, explosives, hand grenades, bazookas, crack cocaine, fentanyl, landmines. I think that pretty much covers it. Javelins. I think those are all in Ukraine right now, so not have to worry about that. Anyway, so like I said, Nick's your man in the galley. He'll have breakfast rolling out right around daylight. For breakfast, we'll have breakfast burritos, sandwiches, plates, and omelets. The omelets are pretty good if you like omelets. He makes fresh, picking the guy up from scratch every morning. For lunch, lunch will be rolling out right around lunchtime. For lunch, we'll have hamburgers, cheeseburgers, grilled cheese, quesadillas, and what's our special tomorrow night? He's doing Western burgers tomorrow. What's the Western burger?
We haven't had it before. I've been trying that on you guys, alright, you guys?
That's a new one.
Oh my gosh.
No more tuna sandwich this time?
No tuna sandwiches.
Alright, I got you.
They are good, I love them.
And then dinner will be rolling out right around dinner time.
Dinner time.
Normally just before dark. We'll start off with salad, well, Caesar salad. Nick makes bread from scratch for the tables every night. And then what do we got for dinner after that, Nick?
We're going to have curry chicken tomorrow night. Oh, it's a good one.
Yellow curry?
It's marinated right now as you speak.
Oh, yeah.
With a ginger, curry, rustic marinara. Ooh.
Delicious.
White rice, steamed
Yeah.
vegetables.
If you like,
Some of the mejores cocinadores, one of the best chef in the world so far.
And then what do we got for
Very
dessert?
nice guy.
we're going to have carrot cake tomorrow night.
Carrot cake for dessert. So anything you guys might eat or drink while on board will be kept on a running tab. Nick will keep tab of all the hot food. Over here there's chips, candy, snacks, soda, water, beer, coffee, all kinds of stuff, as you guys can see. It's kind of like our self-service section. So if it looks like Nick's busy or he's not back here or whatever, feel free to help yourself. But do keep in mind we operate on the honor system. So if you grab something, please mark it down, because remember, I'm always watching. There's a couple sheets on the bulkhead right here, one tally marking the appropriate column to keep everything straight. We'll square up our galley taps about a half hour before getting in on, what is it, Thursday morning, is that right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Thursday morning. The way that works, maybe Friday afternoon. The way that works is either myself or Sandra will come sit down at one of the tables. You guys come up to us individually. And then we'll take care of our galley taps and our fish cleaning tabs all in the same shot. We'll also have the gratuity jar out for the boys. So if you enjoyed the trip and you wanted to show your appreciation for the guys, that would be the appropriate time for that. There is 6 crew members and they all split their gratuities equally between all 6 of them. Last thing with that, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard, unfortunately, we've been having to impose a fuel surcharge this year with everything that's going on. It's not something I'm very proud of, not something I thought I'd ever have to do. To be honest with you guys, I love what I do, but I can't do what I love if I can't pay my bills. So what I've tried to be real fair about it. What I've been doing is basically figuring out what the price of fuel was when I set the price of the trip compared to what it is now, and then splitting the difference. So I'm eating half, and then I just asked you guys to help me out with the other half. So we've been doing $20. Is that cool with everyone?
That's cool.
Cool. Because like I said, I'm the last person to nickel and dime you guys, but like I said, I gotta keep the lights on. So
We'll do that with the galley tab and everything.
yeah, so what Nick will do is he'll just tack on 20 bucks. So that'll be included in the galley tab fishing.
How much fish cleaning do you do?
What's that?
How much fish cleaning do you do?
Whatever you catch, we'll put it all.
Really well?
Yeah, the guys will be cutting. Yeah, so if you want your fish cut on board, no problem.
The fillet and the whole thing?
Yeah, no problem.
Wow, that's good.
Great.
Yeah, we got you covered.
Great.
As far as fishing goes, I would say the last week I don't want to say it's been tough. It's been I don't know how to put it. There's been some luck involved. There's been a lot of fish around. It hasn't been very hard to find a good school. But what's been difficult is finding one that wants to bite. Yesterday we probably ran through, I don't know. I'm not sure. How many times did we stop? 30 times. We stopped on big schools. And a couple times, there was one school that bit a little bit. A couple times they boiled up, we got a bite or two. And then most of the time they didn't really bite. But there was some opportunity. It wasn't for us. I'll be the first person to tell you that we didn't get a good shot. But there was a few other boats that just got the lucky school. So that is an option. It seems like the grade of fish has been changing on a daily basis. And it's been that way pretty much since we started running it. It's kind of crazy. Like, we'll be fishing the same zone one day and we'll catch 20 pounders. The next day we'll catch 180 pounders. And then the next day we'll catch 40 pounders. It's just something weird that's kind of been going on this year. So we got to be rigged out for everything. As far as our rigs go, first and foremost for nighttime fishing, I would say an 80 to 100 pound rig with a 250 gram-ish type of jig. As far as the jig goes, it's total personal preference. So far this year, I've been a big fan of the West Coast jigs. But those flat falls are tried and true. The SK jigs have worked pretty well for a long time. Even those rip rollers, we had really good fish with the rip rollers last year. So it's total personal preference on the jigs. But as far as the weight goes, I would say start with about 250 grams. And then we can adjust accordingly after that. And then, like I said, nothing less than 80 pounds on our nighttime fishing pole. Once the sun comes up, 2 rigs should get us through the day. If we're seeing smaller fish, 20 to 40 pounders, I would say like a 25 or 30 pound fly line type setup with a number 2 hook. If you're using a J hook, I like the number 2 Mustad. If you're using a circle hook, I like the number 4 Bluetooth. Seem to be the fishiest. And then our third rig would be a sinker rig. I would say 50 or 60 pound with a 1/0 circle hook. And then we'll start with a 6 ounce sinker. And we can adjust that sinker size, like I said, accordingly. But let's start with a 6 ounce sinker. And then if you guys have multiple poles, if you have an extra one, we've had some good fishing occasionally, not every day, but there's been a few times where it seems like those smaller Colt Sniper mega bait type of jigs have been working pretty well during the daytime. I think it's been about a week since we've seen that, but if you have an extra rod, I would tie one of those on like 50 pounds. And I would say like 80 to 120 grams in that zone. As far as the jig fishing goes, a couple things to note. One, when we're fishing in the dark, spread out. There's no reason to ball up on the back end. I see it every night, and there's no reason for it. If you see me fishing in the dark, I fish the bow. The only reason I fish the bow is because I got elbow room. But don't tell anyone.
That's a nice trick.
Second thing, when you're dropping, come up to the surface every time. By coming up to the surface every time, that keeps you straight up and down on your jig. By staying straight up and down on your jig, that accomplishes 2 things. One, you know right where you're at in relation to the guys around you, right? Less angles, more bites. And 2, you eliminate having a big belly in your line, allowing the jig to sink a little bit faster. Whatever action that jig has on the sink, maybe it's a little bit better, and you'll get more bites on the sink by staying straight up and down. And then the last thing with that jig fish, when you get a bite, stay where you're at wherever you get bit. I see a lot of fish lost to guys transitioning after the bite. What I'm saying is, you get bit right here, you guys are like, oh shit, all right, oh, hold on, wait a second, and then by the time they're here, that 2 seconds of slack line, that fish is gone. The first minute or so of the flight is all about keeping the fish on. So if you're here when you get bit, if you're here when you get bit, if you're here when you get bit, you stay there, focus on what the fish is doing, make sure your line stays nice and tight, and after about a minute or so, we should have a good fix on what's going on, and then we can transition into getting comfortable, and then start the ass whooping. So like I said, don't go for that farting belt right away, because like I said, even a half a second of slack line, that fish can fall off, especially if we're using those big heavy jigs. When we transition to daytime fishing, if we're fly lining, you'll hear me guys, you'll hear me yelling at you guys all day long. Don't waste your time with the bait that's not going to get bit. I'm going to sound like a broken record if that's what we're doing. The quality of your bait directly impacts whether you get a bite or not.
There's Cobra. The guy hit him. All right, Cobra. The guy hook a big fish right now, at least 100 pounds. Agarrado buscando mínimo de 100 libras. It's a hard work, huh?
Wonderful. Coming back down, guys.
Keep fighting with the fish like 40 minutes, 30 minutes at least. There's 2 fish on. 2 pescados en el barco. Fishing with line 80 leader, 80 with a sinker 4 ounce.
I got you.
Una captura de un tiburón, señores.
Brought them together. Say
You got a Mako shark.
Going up and down, guys. Watch your lines here, please.
Just a little shark.
Check lines, guys. Come on now. Here.
Put them on the boat, freak out.
Coming back up, guys.
Over here, nippers on you? Alright, we're gonna have to strip off like.
This Cobra is fighting the fish right now. Cobra está peleando el pescado. Uno de los deques.
Ready? One more crank. Coming down.
Dude, I didn't know you were making that hard on it.
Yeah. I've been pulling like that the whole time.
Look at that.
I was able to hold. I'm like pulling the line down to the rod grip while I'm pulling up on it. Fuck these things.
That's Cobra right here fighting with the fish. The seal got the fish so far. You see guys right now in here, 2 seals.
Like tug away.
Try to chase him. Las dos focas agarraron su pescado. He was fighting the fish for an hour and a half. Well, how long do you fight the fish? Like hour and a half.
You take it. Yeah. Quick.
Still heavier now.
It's still there.
Alright, excuse me guys. Everyone off the bow. Hurry.
Lucas ready.
Everyone off the bow, guys.
Fuck this.
There you go.
Hit it.
Sorry about that.
I'll just hit it.
No, yeah.
No, don't. Can't do that.
Seals coming right now. 2 seals.
Right here. Excuse me,
Oh my
excuse me,
goodness.
excuse me,
2
excuse me.
seals with the fish in here. Come on, Cobra.
2 of them have in my
Oh no.
They let go of
They let him go. La dejaron bien.
They're still there. They're still there.
Pueden ver ustedes los seals a la rosa.
You got the head.
La dejo ahí.
Yeah.
Still good, he's good.
Ahí está.
Oh, what a nice fish.
Switch and pull it up right here.
No, we can't. Get a third
Hold
in
this,
it.
hold
Someone
this.
take the rod, let's get a third in it.
Fuck
Fuck
off.
you.
Got that fucking thing, dude. Pull it up. Watch out. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah! Woo!
Big mother.
Woo!
All right, Cora.
Thank you, Captain.
Good job. Muy buen trabajo por mire ustedes.
Slow it down for you is what
Yeah,
they
look
did.
at the sea line almost helped us out there.
Huh? I saw that. I saw something. I thought someone threw a bait or something.
There was a left-handed throw.
Stay down.
Bueno,
No, watch out. Please watch the fish, guys. Don't break your leg.
We'll grab a swag.
aquí pueden ver todo lo que estamos pescando. Dejamos de pescar para que él agarre su pescado. We're gonna stop fishing.
How you feeling, man?
We're gonna put the fish on.
Well, I didn't need too much. Check.
Oh, how long you were fighting the fish?
No, hold on. I'll get my fish. What's the estimate weight like? Over to Jeff.
Good job.
Where's that? Jaw ball over there?
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
All right, want to kill that fish right now.
Hey Brandon, I think it was you told me to use owner hooks.
Yeah. Those ones won't bend out on you. Not sure I see one break.
What does that do?
Kills them?
Dude, they didn't even get that chewed up.
No. Yeah, I think it did help.
He was
So.
running towards the boat.
Blood out.
Well, I think we almost had him.
Yeah, we were definitely close.
He was still freaking out when we gapped him like a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
He was still alive. The hook's almost open too. Not really, actually. No, actually didn't. That's perfect. Perfect.
And I tied it.
Yeah?
Yes, I did.
Nice job.
Things did. Is the other side fucked up or no?
I don't know.
What's the best way, standing on its head?
Yeah, we'll get it all set up so we can get this fixed.
You gotta stand on yours. Okay. Whatever you say.
Let's drag this thing back, Luke. It's gonna drag this fish back, guys.
So we pick it up or you're gonna drag it? Alright, I'm gonna close this off.